You know what I could title this? Trying to title this. Kane, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? I'm trying to title this. I don't know why it's not letting me title. Basically, it's a live Q&A right now. Jesus. How I get out of this? This is so disorganized. I'm good, my friend. How are you? How are you, my friend? Oh, you're sick? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, friend. There's something going around. I don't know what it is. Something around these parts here in Illinois. But what I really wanted to talk about was the deep anti-Muslim bigotry that is very prevalent in Black America. Because it is. Trust me. Ever since I converted to Islam, like nothing but black people, bunch of black females, also modern black females, are like, what Muslims? They're this, they're that. It's like Black Americans have got to be one of the most bigoted like group of people ever. Like it is not even close. Like, you know, I don't know how other black people are in other countries, but I know here in this country, in this cesspool called America, that does nothing but spew anti-Muslim bigotry. Like, Black America is probably one of the worst, like the worst. Like, it's just like it's incredible. It's like, and you would think with black people, going through slavery and all that, you would think they would be more, sympathetic, the atrocities that went on in slavery and Jim Crow, etc., those terrible times. But you would think that in modern day society, you would think they would be a little bit more empathetic to Muslims and what they go through on a daily basis since 9/11 and etc. But they're not. It's like they have a deep-seated hatred towards Muslims, and I just find it weird. Well, America as a whole, it's like ingrained in America's culture to dislike, Muslims and Muslim culture and be afraid of it. The American Western world has something, and it's so weird because a lot of the Muslims in this country are very successful. They teach their children to be very respectful. You know, something something the Western world knows nothing about. They let their children do whatever the fuck. And it's just, it's just sad the bigotry that oozes out of the Western world towards Muslims. And trying to title this, sorry. Whatever, I don't even care. Yeah, because you live in Germany, right, friend? Oh, it's perfectly fine to not have an answer for that. I have no answers as well. It's just, I guess it's part of the American world to just have a fear of, Muslims and what. It's just, Honestly, I think it's envy, personally. I think a lot of these Christians, quote unquote, are very envious because they don't love their God like even half as much as a devout Muslim is to their faith. Like Christians can get up every morning and go to church, do the same old babble there. I mean, and let's call it for what it is. A lot of these preaching, a lot of these Western churches, etc. I mean, a lot of them are pedophiles anyway. I mean, they either try to stick a dick in you or they are begging for money. That's what a lot of these churches in the Western world are doing nowadays. It's like that one comedian said. But yeah, that it's all for show. Not to say that all of it is, but I think a lot of it is Christianity, stuff. It's just for show. They don't really like. They can say they love their God so much and they pray to Him every night. And I mean, what does that do? You're still in the exact same position you are. Still broke, still begging, your baby daddy for money or whoever, or your baby mama, or whoever the fuck, for cash, or the government even. The government you claim to hate so much, but you're begging for handouts. Gosh. That's the hypocrisy there. The West and America is nothing full of a bunch of hypocrites at the end of the day. They're hypocritical, they're very envious, and, like, honestly, they're very envious because, Muslim parents, like I said, teach their children the right way, they don't let their daughters run around here pregnant at freaking 15 years old. They don't, there's a lot of things they do that is not done here. But is anyone really surprised by that? Of course they're not. But yeah, I didn't want to take up too much time this morning. I just figured I'd try this live out, talk about the deep anti-Muslim, sentiments in the West and Black America, because it's never talked about. Yeah, I agree. Religion is cope, but the thing about it is, it depends on but the thing is, like a lot of Christians, like they're the most hypocritical people in the world. And like I said, nothing against Christianity. This is that a lot of people who practice it are like the biggest hypocrites, the biggest phonies of it ever. Like a lot of these pastors are literally just in it for the money, in it for the donations. Like, just preaching the babble of God. And what are their who are their to the congregation? And what is the congregation getting for it? Absolutely nothing. To the masses, I meant to say. The masses are getting absolutely nothing, but just more broke because of the money that they've been given to these pastors. Christianity is BS. Like Muslims, one thing about Muslims is they will die for their God. Their God loves them, and they love Him back. It's just as simple as that. And people, want to say that, oh, it's not about, it's not about certain that, God, whenever something good happens, though, they think God. Oh yeah, when one good thing happens to you in your life, it's all God, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's because you're privileged. It's because you're born at the top of the totem pole. It's because you were given gifts that people like myself, who are at the bottom of the totem pole, were not given. And it's nothing to do with God. Nothing at all. You people are deluded. Freaking deluded. Because this is the real world. In the real world, there is no such thing as fairness. There is no such thing as no matter how much good you do, how much you put into the world to make it go round, you're still going to be in the exact same spot you are. I know that for a fact, because it is a fact. It has nothing to do with God. It's a big fat joke. But anyways, Kane, while I have you here, friend. Yeah, I agree. I believe God may create you, but as far as like God doing anything, for you, like in your personal life, that has nothing to do with Him. That's your own like personal choice. Like God did His job, like, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting God down at all, especially any God that anyone may worship. I'm just saying that the people who follow His word are not doing their part in accurately depicting what He wants, what He desires. They're cash grabbing. A lot of these pastors, they're taking the name of God and they are just using it for their own personal benefit. That's all I was saying with that. Not putting any God down at all. My looks, yeah. I agree. Allah made me very, very handsome. I do agree. Or back when I was a Christian, yeah, God, And that's why I couldn't be a Christian no more, because I saw all the people who were just defaming God's name, and it's like he would not want this. He did not die, or I'm sorry, his son did not die for people to just be using his name for money. Like, that is like grotesque to me. That I would never, like, I couldn't forgive someone for doing that. That is just so grotesque. But that's just the modern world, I guess, where people are allowed to do that and get away with it. But I think that overall, I think that, you know, I would advise every Muslim viewer I have to please, like, secede from this union known as this very anti-Muslim cesspool known as America, because they hate they hate anyone who sympathizes or is Muslim themselves. We all know that. Like, you look at the policies from a lot of these politicians, they're very just like, they're very favoritism towards other people. Like, where's the anti-Muslim, like, hate crime bill? There's an anti-Asian one, which I agree there should be, because, once again, the black community has something against Asians. We saw all those videos of black people attacking Asians and etc. Back in the COVID times. Well, COVID times. Back when COVID first started, is what I mean by that. But there's never been an anti-Muslim hate crime bill at all. At least, not that I can remember. I could be wrong. I mean, like, in modern times, like. Well, I mean, I guess it would depend on what those religions are and what they entail. Like, I mean, you probably shouldn't be in Muslim countries, if you have a certain religion that, is not respectful to them. Not saying you should be treated any differently because of that. I'm just saying if they take issue with you having a certain with certain, like, what's the word, certain aspects of your religion, then like I said, you shouldn't be treated unfairly. But at the same time, you probably shouldn't, like, I guess, be there to begin with. You probably shouldn't, because if you know it's gonna cause a problem, like, why avoid it? It's like, you're walking through a forest and you see a mother bear and her grizzlies, and instead of just walking away to avoid conflict, you sprint as fast as you can there and, like, try to hurt one of the cubs. That's kind of what that's like. Like, don't go to a place where you feel you may encounter conflict. Especially if, especially if you know the rules there, but you don't respect those rules in a respectful manner. Yeah, if that makes sense, of course. Like I said, I don't know how other countries operate, like Germany or Mexico or any of that stuff. Well, I would say Mexico is part of the West, so they probably have the same sentiment, anti-Muslim sentiment. So, but yeah. Like I said, I don't know how it is in Africa or any of that. I don't know how it is there. All I know is here in this cesspool known as America. Anti-Muslim sentiments are everywhere. Oh, I see some more people joined. Anyone got any questions? I'm just kind of shooting the breeze right now. Because I was bored. And I was going to go for a walk today, but a lot of crappy people outside. As usual here in Illinois, so I'm not even going to bother there. The weather is surprisingly not that bad. Yeah, considering the fact that, Illinois weather is like the most bipolar weather, like, on planet Earth. Like, so, probably next to, maybe Virginia, I guess. I heard Virginia weather is pretty bad, too. But, I guess it could be warmer outside. Could definitely be warmer. Just waking up, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I'm just gonna, but yeah, if you look at the legislation, all gray, so that means it must rain a lot. It must rain a lot where you are, because if it's all gray, because I know in certain towns, like, it rains, like, all the time in certain towns. Like, I saw this one but yeah, I didn't go for a walk today because I see a lot of these Gen Zers out, and I'm just like, God, it just reminds me of how sad we've fallen. Like, I was watching this body camera video the other day, because I like to see these people get arrested and stuff like that. So I was watching these body camera videos, and, like, there was this one where this, like, little modern female chick, she was, she got pulled up. Well, it wasn't even a pullover. She, what was it? It was, I guess she was parked on the wrong side of the road. And, she was with her, guy friend or whatever, who, you know, very feminine looking guy. Very feminine looking. But, the first thing this modern female does is she calls her mom outside. And very quickly we can see why she acts the way she was, because her mom was exactly, like, literally the reason why. She was acting all belligerent and had a big mouth and all, you know, that stuff. It's like, God, this is how, that's softball parenting right there. It was an embarrassing sight to see, like, literally. But hey, that's millennial and the Generation Z line of thinking. Have you found some black Muslim girls? Maybe. No. I don't believe there's a... You mean, have, like, any black Muslim girls ever converted? I don't believe so. A vast majority of black people are Christians. And like I said, they are the main ones staining the Christian, name. Must be a lot of these black modern females. The things they get away with and the things they let their children get away with and stuff, like, this is ridiculous. The more I think about it, the more funny it is. Like, no way any of these black modern females could ever hold a candle to any Muslim woman in her 80s, let alone, like, younger ones. Just saying. Muslim women are actually respectful. They care. And modern black American females are just, well, the opposite of that. Yeah, the exact opposite. Sorry to say. Have I visited a mosque? Not yet, but I do plan on, let's just say I do plan on, visiting one very soon, as a matter of fact. Hold on, King, my friend, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.